everybody. My name is Marilee Burnett, and I am your tarot reader, back with the important messages for the full moon lunar eclipse that is going to occur on Monday, March 25th. Eclipses are fated. Full moons are times for completion and culmination, and it's a really good time to work on removing blocks to whatever is keeping you from having proper balance in your life. The sign of Libra is about relating to other people, but it's really important that as we are relating, that we maintain good balance. The sun shines a light from the sign of Aries, the sign of strength and independence and leadership and action. But if we are only worried about ourselves and we don't worry about others, we don't take their needs to account, then there is imbalance. And when we only worry about others and we don't worry about ourselves, there's also imbalance. And these are the lessons of the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra. And what the eclipses do is help us in fated ways to restore the balance that we are supposed to have in our lives. And so this is the beginning of 2 weeks of fated eclipse activity. And this first one is going to be all about Libra balances relationships. So we're going to pull a card, one card for your sun, moon, and rising. You want to make sure that you watch for all three, because that's really going to give you a great perspective about the activities of this full moon for you specifically. Now, if you need a little bit more help and guidance, you can still book a session with me. The links will be down below. And if you just want to read more about it, I have the articles, of course, for the full moon and the new moon solar eclipse that's coming on April 8th. And be sure and watch for my upcoming video on that, because that one's really intense and it's not a one and done event like this full moon will be. Now, the eclipse points interact with the traveling of the North Node and the South Node, and we get 3 typically solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, that occur with the nodes. And about every 6 months we have an eclipse. So 6 months ago, in October of 2023, we were having our last set of eclipses in the sign of Libra. So there may be things that were tied to 6 months ago in October, and then it's April where you had the previous one. But we're talking about eclipse series in the sign of Libra specifically. So you want to look at that house and that sign in your chart specifically so that you understand the fated work that you have been doing since last July, when the nodes first shifted into Aries and Libra and out of Taurus and Scorpio. So there was a shift, and we've been seeing subtle shifts ever since. And now we're at the next level of the work that we need to do. So again, check out my articles, check out my videos. I am here to help you any way I can. Most importantly, show up. Do something yourself to help restore the balance. Choose yourself. All of these things will make the transition during the eclipse season easier on you. So don't just wait for something to happen to you. Show up, join with the energy, and make choices, make decisions, and make changes so that changes don't have to just be made upon you. All right, so as usual, I run from Aries through Pisces. And again, if you don't know what your sun, moon, or rising sign is, you just need to create a free chart on any of the sites like astro.com. And to do that, you'll need your birth time, birthplace, and birth date, of course. And then you have a chart which will describe to you those 3 important points. All right, we are going to get started with the sign of Aries. Aries, you start us right off with a major arcana card, and this is the Emperor. Now, the people, the characters in the tarot are either you or these are people that you are going to be meeting. Now, the Emperor can make some big changes for you in your life. They could offer you a position of authority. And if this is you, then you are seen as somebody who is in a position of authority. So that would say to me that in order for you to be seen as the Emperor, there is something about you giving your power away to other people that you need to resolve with this energy. And I say that because of the fact that it is your 7th house where this lunar eclipse will happen for you. 7th house is our marriage, it's our business partners, it's our really strong friendships, it's any very serious relationship that we're a part of. And there's something about the people-pleasing aspect of a specific relationship that you need to resolve with this energy of the full moon. All right. Keep me posted, Aries. I always love your guys' comments. Next, we have Taurus. And Taurus, you have the 7 of Wands. So you see the dogs here are barking, and you see somebody that's up on the rock. I think that's a little dachshund that is defending its position. And that's exactly what the 7 of Fire or the 7 of Wands is about. You have to stand up for yourself, and you have to be able to defend yourself. And when you do, right, then the culmination of the full moon will, work out in your favor. It will benefit you. Now, this eclipse for you happens in your 6th house. So the 6th house rules your health, it rules your work, it rules your day-to-day activities. And there's something about what you do on a day-to-day basis that isn't fair, it isn't balanced, right? It's not just. This is Libra energy where things need to be fair and balanced and just. And that means that you need to take a look, especially over the next few days, at where do you feel out of balance? Is it your health? Is it your diet? Is it that you need more structure in your day-to-day life, that you just get pulled on from too many places by too many people? Something about what you do on a day-to-day basis needs to change. And now this could be back to 2005, the last time we had an eclipse here. Maybe you made a choice you wished you hadn't, and now you get to make a different choice. So good luck with that, Taurus. And again, keep me posted. Next, we have Gemini. And Gemini, you have what is considered the Sky Alpha female, also known as the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is someone that you are meeting with that has some important advice to give you. They are somebody who is very logical. They are an air sign like Libra or Gemini or Aquarius. And again, when we meet with people during eclipse season, they are part of our fated journey. So you want to tune in and pay attention to the information that this woman has for you. Now, if you're asking for guidance on what it is that you need to resolve in order for your full moon culmination to happen, right? This woman may show up for you and be able to help you in that way. Now, for you Geminis, you're a fellow air sign, and this energy for you means it's in your 5th house. It's a trine. It is energy that is supportive and you get along with. So that means that this is definitely something that you want to take advantage of. It's here to help you, so don't miss out on this opportunity. Now, it could be romance that's calling to you at this time because of the fact that this happens to your 5th house, and the 5th house is about your creativity. It's, of course, about romance. It can be about children, but it's about anything that you're passionate about, a hobby, right? And so there is something maybe that's been blocking you romantically, for instance, and this woman may have the information and the answers to what it is that you need to change in order to choose romantic partners, for instance, where you're not always caretaking them, but instead you guys have a very balanced give and take in the relationship. And it has to be very communicative, right? It has to be open and able to easily talk and share with one another. So set those goals, work with this energy, and let me know, Geminis. Cancer. Cancer, you have this beautiful Four of Fire energy, which is traditionally the Four of Wands, and that means that you have some opportunity to celebrate it yourself or in your community. A lot of times this comes up when there's a wedding, some kind of a big event. This is one of the cards we pull when we're looking at the perspective of a wedding being an option. So this is some really beautiful energy for you. And you want to make sure that you are celebrating yourself at the time of this full moon. Now, this happens for you in your fourth house. So the fourth house, of course, is what Cancer is all about. So when you have a full moon that happens in your fourth house, it is a very emotional experience for you. And there are changes about home and family. You can connect to this by finishing projects at home, for instance. It's not like the fated event has to be something dramatic, right? But again, you can tune into the energy and take advantage of it. So if you have any unfinished projects at home, which we see this little lovely igloo doghouse back here, connect to this energy and get motivated to finish off those projects. If you are looking to have a child, make changes within your family, release some karmic energy that's associated with your mother, with your ancestors, this is really good energy to take advantage of that at this time. All right, keep me posted, Cancers. Drop a home if you want me to send you some energy back. Up next, we have Leo. Well, Leos, you have the Tower card. So this is a major arcana card. This is about some kind of disruption that's been going on in your life. And at the time of the full moon, it's time to put an end to the chaos. And that requires effort, right? So sometimes we can get so caught up in the drama, Leos, that we don't realize that we have the power to make the changes, to resolve the conflict and to resolve the chaos, and then take a look at what's left, and then it's time to rebuild. So there is this energy of needing to rebuild after some kind of chaos that you have been dealing with. Now, communication might be a big part of that, right? Maybe there's been some arguing going on that you've been a part of. The third house rules our communication. It rules our thinking. It rules our community. It also rules our siblings, our cousins, as extended family members. So if there has been some chaos in your family, then now is the time to bring that all to an end and to have the closure that you need so that you can all heal and be ready to move forward. Some of you might actually be moving as a result of some kind of chaos or disruption that's been happening amongst your siblings, for instance. And now's the time to resolve that. And if you need to move on, move on. That is bringing something to completion and something to fullness that will benefit you, and you want to get out of the drama. All right, Leos, now we have Virgo. Virgo has the Hermit. So Virgos, you always want to help everybody. You want to help everybody heal. You want to fix things. And this is a time where the Hermit card is more about you needing to withdraw and focus on healing yourself and stop putting out so much energy to help heal everybody else. So it's a good time to remind yourself that you too are the priority And that when you're healed, then everyone else around you actually has a better opportunity to heal as well. Now, for some, this can be about acting like the hermit, and you have a light to shine for other people, just like the full moon's light. So there can be something that you see that you need to share with others at the time of the full moon as well. Now, this for you happens in your second house. So it could be that you're ready to make a change. Maybe you're ready to come out of your cave. Maybe you're not going to work from home anymore, for instance, and you're going to go out into the world and work with other people, right? Start relating to other people in a way that makes you money, because this is your second house. And any blocks to you making money would be good intentions to set at this full moon so that you get back into the flow financially. So drop some money and call that in, Virgo. And next we have Libra. Sorry, Libra. You have the Sky Puppy. I just think this card's so cute. So the Sky Puppy is the Page of Swords. And of course, Libra, this is happening in your first house. So this is a very youthful, energetic opportunity for you, right? This is a chance for you to reinvent yourself. It's a chance for you to speak up for yourself and to take baby steps, right? This is puppy energy, right? It's new and it is untamed and it's just fun and happy and energetic, but you really want to make sure that you are not just busting at the seams and spitting out whatever is coming across your mind, right? You do want to be thoughtful with whatever it is that you're doing to speak up, right? Because if you've been taken advantage of for too long in a particular relationship, for instance, and you want to start over, then that's great. But have the conversation in a way that's respectful with those around you so that balance can be restored in the relationship. Because remember, the sun's shining a light from your seventh house of serious relationships, and it's the people in your life that are reflecting for you what it is about yourself, how you are behaving, how you treat yourself, how much people pleasing you're doing, that's exhausting you. So once you heal this, once you make this change, at the end of the full moon, you might just feel like a fresh newborn puppy again. And that's a great thing. So enjoy it. Up next, we have Scorpio. Scorpios, you have a major arcana card, and it is the Empress. Now, the Empress is number 3 in the major arcana. And if you happen to also be Aries, you had the Emperor, and now this is the Empress. So while the Emperor is very stodgy, serious energy, the Empress is suggesting that this is a time for rebirth and renewal, and a time to really dig into your creative gifts. I like this little bucket of magic that this dog has next to her. So this is a beautiful time for you. This suggests that there is some closure that is really going to benefit you and remove the blocks to your creative gifts. So this is wonderful energy for you. Now, for you, though, this happens in your 12th house. So there are subconscious blocks that you're working with now. And when those blocks are released, then you really get to see the true full picture of your purpose, of your spiritual gifts. This is 12th house things that have to do with, connecting to spirit, connecting with our psychic abilities. You are very strong intuitively, so that's very natural energy for you. But sometimes when we have full moons that happen in the 12th house, we may not even be fully aware of what is going on or what closure and completion is happening. So it's a good time for you to tune in and pay attention to even the most subtle hints about what it is that you need to complete and release so that you can fully step into this beautiful energy that the Empress is offering to you. All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you have the Five of Fire, and that is also the Five of Wands, and that is an energy that's good if you are in a competition and that competition is something that you are ready to conclude at this time. It's not so good if you're getting caught up in a lot of drama with all of the people that are around you. So it's just a good time to tune in and be aware. Is it something that you really are passionate about? Or are you just getting sucked in because of the people around you and you really don't have any skin in the game anyway? So just be really cautious about this energy, because sometimes it can take you by surprise and you're swept up and you're doing things that you wouldn't normally do. Now, it's a really good time, though, for friendships and social interactions because of the fact that this eclipse is happening in your 11th house, which is your friends and your networking groups. So there could be, because of this drama, a friend or a group that you're a part of that you realize that you're just no longer aligned with, right? That maybe you're really not sharing the same priorities as these people are anymore, and their drama is one of the things that's just having you second guess why you hang out with these people in the first place. Now, if it's not friendships, right, it could be a work group, again, a networking group, but something that you're a part of where you see all this drama going on around you and you realize that you just don't want to be a part of it anymore. So then you would use the energy of this full moon to conclude that, to complete it. You know, if you're the person who always has to do everything because everybody else is all being dramatic all the time, then that's a good clue that this situation no longer serves you and it's time to move on to something better that will. Capricorn. What a pretty card. So this is the Temperance card, and Temperance is about a time where you need to have good emotional balance. Literally, you're tempering yourself emotionally, and whenever we see this card, you get the emotional balance with the water, and then remain grounded with the other feet that remain on land. So that's what you're looking at. And I love the imagery in this. I love how the balance is really rewarding, right? We have this beautiful rainbow in the background of this card, and it's a major arcana card, which means it's a really important full moon for you. So you want to, of course, align with this. And now we've got the double theme of balance from Libra and from the Temperance card. Now, it would assume that because this is happening in your 10th house, that this has something to do with your career, something to do with your public image. And there's something, again, that you want to be doing regarding your image that will help restore balance. So if you have maybe a career that is in the legal field, there is something about the work that you do that is going to have attention called upon it this week. Maybe there's an important case that you're a part of, and that case is going to have some kind of major resolution that is going to be noticed, and it will be all about the reputation that you have as a result of being able to conclude this big case that you're a part of. Now, you could be a compliance officer. I mean, you could do anything that has legal in the work that you're doing, and something about it this week, because of you can, maybe save the day. So maybe you're finishing a big audit. So there's just something about your career that you just got to remember this week to maintain good balance. You're going to see what this is about on Monday with the full moon. But I think for everybody, we're just seeing the beginning at this full moon on Monday, and then we're watching that, right? As the light drains away over the next 2 weeks, what is fully revealed, right? And then a complete reset at that new moon solar eclipse. All right, Capricorns, You're not afraid of hard work, but can you do it in a way that's balanced? We'll soon find out. Aquarius, your card is the Six of Earth, which is also known as the Six of Pentacles. So from a financial perspective this week, you are all about restoring balance. These are the scales of finance that we typically see, where we are either giving or receiving, and wherever we're out of balance, we are restoring that balance. So if you have extra wealth, then you are giving and sharing with others. And if you are in need, what you'll find is that there will be people who show up to help you. So it's a really beautiful, harmonious type of energy, especially where your finances are concerned. Now for you, this energy happens in your 9th house, which is the house of foreign travel, foreign people, higher education, growth and expansion. So there's something about your finances and perhaps being overseas or heading overseas that maybe you have to do something with your budget. Maybe there's something you have to do with legal paperwork. Maybe you're trying to establish citizenship. Maybe you're trying to get a visa. But something about wherever you're at on those scales, if you've been giving too much and you have on the other side of that been taking too much, whatever you want to do with that 9th house energy, restore the balance to your finances. And then whatever your dream or wish is, you can see that come to completion at the time of the full moon. All right. Last but not least, that means we have you Pisces, and you guys get the sea puppy. So this is the Page of Cups traditionally, and the pages bring you news. And so you are going to receive some news on Monday that is emotionally fulfilling for you. And I even love how Pisces, of course, you are represented by the fish. And here we see a fish that is jumping out and playing with this puppy. So wherever you're at emotionally, on Monday, make sure you're tuning in to doing things that are joyful and playful. And that's going to help you call in and complete whatever this is meant for you as far as this eclipse energy goes. Now, this happens in your 8th house. And the 8th house is about transformation, right? So whatever you've been working on, whatever big transformation you've been going through in your life, there is something about completing it that really has you feeling full, right? Joyful, happy, and that is going to make all the work that you've been going through totally worth it. So it looks like a really happy ending for you, Pisces, and that all those feelings that you have, the emotional person that you are, it is actually going to benefit you at the time of the full moon. So trust the process, complete the transformation, and enjoy this new journey that's about to open up for you. And just remember at the full moon to complete the work. Don't be afraid of it. Just complete it, let it go, shut a door, and watch the new door that the universe is going to open up for you. All right. That's everybody. That's all 12 signs. So I'm very curious, as usual, see how things turn out for everybody this week. I love your comments, so feel free to post those for me, and I will respond back. If you drop an emoji, I'll drop some back for you as well. So keep me posted. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. I do still have some special pricing out there for eclipse readings, so check those out at the link below as well. And I'll talk to you all again next week. Take care, everybody. And I hope you have an amazing week ahead. Go check out the Astro lesson also on my YouTube channel to see the full week broken down day by day. Take care.